Vodafone presents the pre-match.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the ESL Pro League Southeast Asia Closed Qualifiers. It's day 4 now into our lower bracket final. So we've got the two big games coming up. That's all that's left. Lower bracket final, upper bracket final tomorrow. So these should be, in theory, the best matches of the competition, with the exception of, obviously, the upper bracket final that we did get to see. But we've still got some pretty good matches going on. Boot Dreamscape is back. They got knocked down into the lower bracket, which was a surprise for both of us yesterday. We thought that they were going to get the win in the upper bracket final against Signature, but now they're going to be going up against their round 1 opponents, Lucid Dream, who did just get the 2-1 victory there over Frostfire, but difficult ask here, I think, for Lucid Dream up against Boot Dreamscape. There just seems to be a bit of a different level right now for Boot.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I feel like Lucid Dream is a bit shaky, even in that game against Frostfire. Like, how are you going to go and get 16-5 on your own map? That just doesn't make much sense. I feel like the other two games were pretty comparable in terms of how things went. Like, Frostfire went off to an early start, and then from there, they just got pummeled, it felt like. And a couple of rounds maybe could have gone a different way, but for the most part, pardon me, most of the rounds that they were winning were fairly dominant, where it felt like they had 4 or 5 people alive on the CT side. When they were winning their T side rounds, it was like they were just walking into the bomb sites and owning everyone. I don't know. Yeah,
definitely. But Boot Dreamscape, you know, they looked a little bit shaky yesterday against Signature. Yeah. So if there was, I suppose, any time where Boot Dreamscape were wounded in a sense or vulnerable, today would probably be that day, or I suppose yesterday would have been that as well. For Lucid, though, they're going to have to definitely sort of hit another level. They're going to need to definitely level up, and coming to this one, you know, having learned something from their last matchup, it's been a week where we've actually seen a lot of Lucid and Boot Dreamscape up against each other, because they did even play on Mirage, I think, a best of 1 before that match that we saw here in the Southeast Asia qualifiers. They also lost that, so it's 3 losses now in a row for Lucid Dream up against Boot Dreamscape. Not a great track record, but eventually you've got to feel like something's going to crack. Eventually they're going to get a map somewhere. They're getting fairly close, or they have been able to get close in the past, so I think there's a chance, but realistically speaking, it should be Boot Dreamscape 2-0 today if they can get back to their form that we would really hope to see from them. The other little caveat that we have to think about is obviously Lucid are just coming off that match. Is that an advantage? Is that a disadvantage? Boot would have been able to watch all of those matches if they wanted to, if they cared to, if they even think they need to, which maybe they don't. But Lucid, in one sense, are a bit more warmed up than Boot Dreamscape, but they might also be a little bit more fatigued, so it's a bit of a balancing game.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough, but I just think Boot comes away with this every single time, every day of the week. It's the lower bracket. They're not playing around. They thought that probably they're going to come through this qualifier pretty easily. Maybe Signature can give them a bit of trouble like we just saw. But I feel like, you know, it's lower bracket, it's crunch time, and they're just going to be in smash mode.
Yeah, potentially.
And you just can't predict a team that's lost to the same opponent like 3 or 4 times in a row to come out ahead.
They were in Smash mode at the start of this qualifier, and I thought they were going to be in Smash mode yesterday against Signature, but they weren't really. So, while it's been good for Boot Dreamscape, it hasn't been exceptional. There always seems to be that one match for Boot in any of these qualifiers that they kind of just fall asleep in a little bit, or let sort of fall by the wayside. They get knocked down into the lower bracket, and they kind of make their way back through. No problems at all. This is just the typical Boot Dreamscape story, but it came a little bit later than we would have expected. Normally, you know, first or second round, that's where we see them drop down into the lower bracket, and then they make their run back. But this time it was in the upper bracket final, so I guess, you know, at one point they had to get knocked down.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how they go. I mean, it's just up against Lucid. They probably just want to get this one out of the way pretty quickly, and then move on to the final tomorrow or whatever, back up against Signature, in which I mean, we've talked about the series a couple of times. It was only 2 maps. One of them was very close. One of them was 16-8, but was actually very close. It's just that Boot kept getting their economy reset, and that was also Signature's map pick, I believe.
Yep, it was.
So, yeah.
Signature did show us a little bit there on Mirage, but who knows whether they're going to be making their way through to Odense. Obviously, what they want to do is they want to beat Boot Dreamscape. Then they need to go through the Asia playoffs, where they're going to have to play against some of the Chinese teams as well.
Yep.
And then December 7th, 9th, potentially, if they're able to make all their way through these qualifiers, then they could be getting their way to the season finals in Odense once again.
Do you know if the upper bracket team gets a 1-map advantage or not?
They do, yeah. It's a 5-1 map advantage.
Well, that's going to help Signature a little bit, I would imagine.
Yeah, it should.
Or Lucid Dream. Nah, not really.
No, Lucid Dream's coming from the lower bracket.
Yeah.
Well, Yeah, it should, but a lot of the time we do see some the teams coming through the lower bracket. I'll take your mind back to IEM Chicago qualifiers where MVP, they forfeited their upper bracket final against Flash Gaming and then ended up 3-1ing them.
Yeah, to go and play like a different tournament that they didn't even win or something,
yeah,
right? They went and played like the grand final of a qualifier for an event, which they lost.
Yeah. So that's not going to feel too great. But
and then we were all memeing about it because we were like, now they're going to lose this one as well because they forfeited that, and now Flash has a one-map advantage. And back then, Flash was not
bad.
Yeah, pretty good team, yeah.
Anyway, speaking of pretty good stuff, I think the Veto's pretty good, Billy. Okay, and I want to see what they are going to be. Nuke and Keish.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, looks cool. Lucid don't want to face boot on Keish, which is fair enough.
Lucid don't want to face boot on Nuke.
Yeah. Boot don't want to face Lucid. Anyway, it's all gone wrong. Let's just bring up the maps.
What are the picks, Jordan?
What are the picks? Overpass.
Okay.
Train.
Okay.
Very good. Overpass and Train. We haven't seen Overpass at all these qualifiers.
Crossfire took Overpass away from Lucid last series.
Yeah,
first man. Lucid
being able to pull this one out. Maybe a bit of a trump card here against Boot Dreamscape. We'll see how it
makes
turns
sense. To be honest, when you look at their style and the way that you find a lot of success on Overpass, you can run the double orbs on CT. You know, the T side, you can kind of walk into a lot of map control, like walk up connector, like they like to do on Mirage in the last map and stuff like that. Overpass kind of makes sense for them. As for Train, did we see that in the last one? Yeah, they beat Frostfire on Train, but I don't know how much I buy into that, to be honest.
No, not against Boot, but we do have Inferno, Dust 2, and Mirage left. And there you go, right in order as well. Mirage, very unsurprisingly, will be the final map of the pool. So, well, we still haven't had a series which hasn't had Mirage because the last one did go to 3 maps.
Here's the thing, though, right? Assuming that Lucid can actually play Train and that last series was not a bit of a out of the park kind of weird thing that happened, technically Lucid should be able to play all 3 of these maps.
Technically.
They're going to get 2-0 though.
Yeah. I actually think Boot's pretty decent at Overpass.
Okay.
We haven't really seen them in these qualifiers playing on it, but I have some sort of thing in my memory where I feel as though they're not too bad at the map, even though I can't remember the last time I would have actually seen them play Overpass. But that is, that's the only real curveball here for Boot Dreamscape, even if it is. Like Mirage, we've seen them be very good on. We've seen them be very good on Train. Worst case scenario I can see here is a 2-1 for Boot Dreamscape, losing that first map. But
look, I'll go with your feelings because it's better than any kind of analysis that makes any sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, I watch a lot of Counter-Strike, so I feel like there must be something, right? Even if it's not like, oh yeah, these guys I've seen play blah 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 blah. Don't you get that sense where like sometimes you're just like, oh, I just feel like something's right or something's wrong?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
And then you lose all your money.
Well, I don't bet my money.
Me neither.
So there you go. But even regardless, Overpass aside, Boot Dreamscape should win this matchup quite comfortably. They've already shown that they can quite comfortably beat Lucid Dream. They have firepower on another level. They have experience on another level. They have tactics on another level. In-game leading, strategies, teamwork. Where do you find the advantage for Lucid Dream? You don't. Unless you've got one for me. Give me a zinger.
Zinger.
Yeah.
I don't know. They got a lot of heart.
Do you reckon their logo's better?
Oh man, this is a pretty rough contest. Looking at these 2 logos, oof, they're both pretty terrible.
You're a hater. I actually like the Boot logo. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of like it's smart. You look at it.
I like your slick logos.
It's got depth.
I like your slick logos. These
like
logos kind of look, well, I don't know, like
signature?
a Astralis or something like that. Something clean, you know?
Astralis, yeah. That's just an emblem,
But
though.
these logos, they look like a 13-year-old was in class and he's like, yeah, I'm going to be an
What would
arts
be
guy
cool?
when I grow up.
Boot
A
with
boot
wings.
with wings.
Devil wings. Yeah.
Look at this angel ninja lady I drew. So cool, man.
I don't even know what that is. I guess it is an angel ninja lady.
Thanks for backing me up, Jordan.
I was just trying to figure it out.
She is asleep.
Asleep, or she's just like meditating? She's in a dream though, so.
Well, I mean, that pretty much
The more you know.
summarizes this Lucid Dream team. I mean, last game it felt like they were asleep in one of the maps.
And then the next map they were a angel ninja lady. Is that what you're saying?
Sure, why not?
Well, they had 2 angel ninja lady maps and 1 sleeping map. But against Boot Dreamscape, I think they're going to
I don't
get a
think
rude
it matters
awakening.
whether they're sleeping or not, Jordan.
Mhm.
I don't think it matters.
We're waiting for the game to start right now, Billy.
Okay.
Which is probably pretty obvious to everyone that's watching and yourself. But since I've run out of discussion topics, that's where we're going to go with. Well, that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the map you're most looking forward to, Jordan, from out
Train.
of these ones? Train?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see Splashky with the AWP.
Okay.
Didn't really get too...
He hasn't been good. I've never seen him do good.
You've never seen him do good.
No.
He had a 1.47 rating before yesterday's match.
Whatever, man.
You
I
just-
didn't see any of
maybe-
those games that don't exist.
Maybe you're the one that really made him do poorly yesterday. Like,
I just don't believe he
He didn't get the
channels your
AWP.
energy.
Well, I think he looked really
You need
good.
to send him
Okay,
your energy.
put it this way. When they played Lucid in the first round by the bracket, he was dominating.
Yeah.
So, in theory, we should be able to see that again.
True.
I think it was Mirage and Train that were the two maps from memory. Mirage being the choice of Lucid Dream, but they've obviously gone for Overpass this time. So a little bit of a change up to the map pool. All in all, though, like I said, I don't think it's going to matter too much.
Well, they've gone in for the different approach this time, Jordan. Last time they were like, we're going to play Mirage. It'll be fine. We're good at that map. They got smashed on it. Now they're like, oh, it's okay. We'll go Overpass.
I'm looking forward to at least seeing Overpass just because it's something different. Again,
It's my favorite map.
Is it?
It's
Well,
my
there you go.
favorite map.
Overpass is definitely a map that the AWP can have an impact on. Splashky here, going aggressive on
sure.
that CT side.
Yep.
Let's go.
Maybe.
I'm
We'll see.
ready.
I'm watching the game, so it's probably not going to happen.
True. Okay, well, your favorite map aside, it's still a difficult series for Lucid Dream.
Yep.
They have, I don't know, like where they can find their advantage from here.
They're going to need to
They're probably
play-
starting T-side of Overpass.
That's okay.
Well,
I like starting T-side of Overpass.
You say that.
But they don't really
do
have
you do
very-
that against Boot Dreamscape?
I would do it.
Probably not.
I would probably do it.
Oh, well.
They don't really have, like, great
Enjoy your
strats,
12-3
though.
half.
Maybe.
It probably wouldn't even get 12-3, I don't think.
I wouldn't even be on the server against them, Jordan.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't even get there.
Yeah.
So, not far away from this match now, Pilly.
Yeah. I
Like-
don't know.
Row your boat gently down the stream. We're almost at the end of this wait time. And there we go. We're into the
We've
match.
made it.
Amazing. I love it.
Gently down the dirty water in this case as we head into
Mhm.
Overpass. Merrily, 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 merrily. Oh, hail of bullets.
You reckon you could row a boat through the tunnels? I
No.
think you probably could.
No.
A little canoe?
Maybe a little one.
Yeah, could. They're pretty big tunnels. You can stand up in them.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting down in a canoe, you'd be fine. Kayak, I guess.
Why not just sit down and slosh your way through the water at that point?
It's dirty water. Boot
True.
is indeed starting on CT. So here we
Shocking.
go.
Shocking stuff.
All right, tell me, what's the go here for Lucid? How do they win?
They
What
have
are they
two
gonna do?
Molotovs, so they're going to be
You locking it in? Lock it in, Eddie?
locking in.
The million-dollar question, which side are they hitting?
Bomb's going to A. Could start going con. Maybe they're just spreading out, taking their time. Leaf's throwing a flash over the top, but that's it. Got the boost at B here for Boot. They're in short. Bomb's back of con with the utility. Still probably a B.
Well,
Where
they're
do you
setting up for
Molotov?
it at the moment.
I Molotov the barrel. And then I Molotov this rotate spot right where they're standing. And I smoke heaven. That's the play. Kind of weird to see a boost here.
What if you see Tommy's gun barrel? What then?
You still Molotov that spot.
Walk forward, Jay. Look at this. This is comical.
Come on. Come on.
I don't think he's ever actually going to be able to
He's
get the
about
headshot.
to pull the trigger and then he's going to fall off. There it is.
What was that?
Wow, they took 50 damage from those mollies.
There's a lot.
That
It was
molly.
just one molly as well.
Yeah.
Up to the A bomb
It's gonna
site
be
go
A.
Lucid
Yep.
Dream. You just lost $1 million, Billy. Moxie and Zendi opening the account, but more favourable for Boot Dreamscape at this point. 4v2. This is, well, just been brought back a little bit by Lucid, actually, into a 1v1. Really
on
well done from
Splashky.
Leaf. And Wanna Fly.
Ooh, he's planting right in front of him.
Hello. Come on,
Nice.
Splashky.
He's-
3 HP left. But Leaf just needs a headshot.
Ooh, went for the burst as well.
Mhm. Oh well.
I was clenching.
Pissed around the way of Boot Dreamscape. And I think you could kind of see the difference between the two teams even just there, but Obviously, Lucid brought it back.
Whatever, Jordan. We're 1 round in, man.
I've also already watched one best of 3 between these two teams, these qualifiers, just so that you know.
Okay.
I know everything.
I already knew that, Jordan. Saving for the next round is Lucid. At what point do you start getting a bit tired? They've already had a best of 3.
What time do you start getting tired, Pilly, when you play a best of 3? Or 2 best of 3s?
At any hour of the day. Regardless of whether it's the first, second, or last game I've played. Just constantly tired.
That must be a struggle.
Not really, it's alright. You get used to it.
Splashkey, one with the M4, which is a little surprising. He might be the one that would like to take a SMG because he wants to build money up for the AWP. But in this kind of a position, you could get easily overwhelmed if you had an SMG, I suppose.
I don't think it really would matter, rifle or SMG. You know that they're going for a single save here. Well, you don't, because it's Lucid Dream and they just force buy regardless. They're crazy.
Lucid Dreams do tend to be a little bit crazy.
Okay, Jordan, I'll take your word for it.
Never had one?
No. Oh, yeah, I have. I think a building was turning into a transformer or something like that.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. No chance for Lucid in this round. They're not even going to get a single gun chipped away.
Yeah, not really much to even comment on there.
Not really.
Just very slowly up toward the A bomb site, taking their time. And Boot easily dispatch of them.
They did invest a little bit in pistols there, so don't know if that was worth it. Could have been a Molotov, mate. Molotov and a smoke. One of them had a Deeg. One of them had like a CZ. That could have been a lot of granadas. Now they have very few granadas.
Yep.
4 flashbangs and 3 smokes. What are you going to do on Overpass with those? You basically just got to rush, which is going to suck. They're not going to rush though. 3 outside Monster, 1's holding Con.
Yep. Not much rushing going on here.
No.
More of the slow progression. Already a couple of those flashes have been used, but the smoke's still being hung on to. Shy has thrown his, but I'm not sure where that's going.
Maybe the making a bit of progression now.
Easily shot down by Leaf. AK a little bit too strong there. Tommy looking for the trade. Boot Dreamscape there, obviously going for the bonus round here with just a couple of the SMGs, the FAMAS through. Trying to make something happen, but I really felt like they're undoing a little bit there.
I'm not sure that they necessarily need to do anything. Is it weird to say, like, maybe if you just let Lucid execute on you, you'll just win as Boot? I don't know. Either way.
I don't think so.
5 alive with the rifles on the T side is going to feel pretty good. Going to be another buy for the next one in the CT.
Yeah, unfortunately for Splashkey, he's still going to be waiting a little while before he'll be able to get the AWP here. Boot might be able to get a buy though, with these 2 guns through. Moxie and Tommy will get drops from Bobasaur and Splashkey. And Impression just runs around with, I don't know, whatever he gets. UMP.
Poor Impression. Just has to make do.
He's the one that's got no money.
Maybe that's why you give him the gun.
Nah, because everyone else can get a heap of utility as well. Ooh, Splashkey. Oh yeah, Moxie has got an M4.
I think he bought an SMG by accident. Yeah,
he did.
What a dum-dum.
That's a big dumb. But it's okay for Boot. Still got good utility. What's going on here from Lucid?
Having a chat.
Backwards and forwards across the map. What are they chatting about? They've got guns. Win the round.
Chatting about how they're going to win. It's a discussion. It's going to be back towards B later on. Leaf's going to pop flash them out the tunnel, it seems. But apart from that, not a whole lot going on.
Late-ish smoke into Monster. So that'll keep Lucid Dream at bay and give them actually a pause for thought as they start to rotate off.
Impression's not the one who wants to be taking a fight here, that's for sure.
No, definitely not with that UMP. Oh, the good pop flash from Lucid Dream is going to be the end of Impression. Player advantage for Lucid right now. Impression just trying to play a bit of an off angle there. You can see it doesn't work out. Lucid will start to rotate their way up to the A site, which is where Bobasaur is holding alone, but he's not even really holding the site. He's holding long. 30 seconds on the clock. Maybe if he gets the right timing coming out from long, he could potentially deny a bomb plant here, and that could be the round. Does find Zendi, so he's going to lose Splashki in the meanwhile. Not really much of an advantage here for Boot. Another rain battle 1 for Bobasaur, but it doesn't matter, as there is still a player advantage. He's eventually traded out. Tommy and Moxie to try and make this work, or to try and save the 2 rifles. Looks at this point for Boot like it will just probably be the save. Given up too much time already. Tommy does go down. So Moxie, what does he decide to do here? Good headshot.
Pop ahead.
Time to back off. M4 will go through, but Boot will need an eco for the first time on this map.
Look at Lucid's economy, it's booming.
Yep.
Off to a good start. Alright, so probably just a half buy around the M4, I would say. Try to chip away a few of these AKs and utilities. Then next round buy up, Splashy can grab an AWP. Impression's still pretty broke. Don't think Splashy will be able to afford an AWP next round unless he wants a glass cannon.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him glass cannon. He can definitely make it work. Boot feel a little bit flat at the moment to me. We just haven't seen too much just yet from them. On the CT side though, his money's still not great. Being put under pressure immediately by Lucid Dream. It'll take Boot a little while to work their way into this matchup.
Leaf's been quite aggressive early on in this half, has that lurker towards B. Be interesting to see how that goes for him later on, if Boot do cotton on to that. Now, Lucid Dream making their way up bathrooms and long A. I think Splashy's going to go for the flank as he's heard one running off. Indeed he will, so the longer Lucid Dream wait to execute onto this A-bomb site, the worse off it's going to be for them.
How bad can it get?
Terrible.
Not a great start for Lucid. Moxie with the M4. It's up there on the site. Splashkey gets the player on the rotation. You ask how bad it can get? This is about as bad as it could go for Lucid Dream. They lose every single gun.
They retain 3 weapons from the opposing team, so they won't need to buy their own rifles. Only Impression will need to buy. Common theme.
It's unfortunate. Impression's the one that's always like having the money get a little bit ruined. Someone's dropped for him. Moxie. Nice guy, Moxie.
Well, he's their fill-in, right? So he has to. He has to make
well,
good,
I mean, technically he's one of the OG crew.
At this point. Lucid just going to make their way through Connector. Slowly through Party as well. Not really doing a whole lot of anything. Leaf, once again, just able to walk up B. Impression's on the off angle, though, and he's had enough of Leaf doing things in that part of the map.
Now that he finally has an M4.
Yeah.
6 rounds in.
Just got lucky before, kiddo.
Nothing personal, kid.
Sounds like something Impression would say.
Probably. I bet he watches a lot of anime. I've seen his Facebook feed. Flash out for Bobasaur. Doesn't need it, really. Didn't catch Wanna-Fly, but at least caused him pause for thought.
A single headshot.
That's crazy to think, isn't it, as well? Knowing the sensitivity that he plays at.
Yep.
But this round looking a lot better for Boot Dreamscape, and this is a bit more what I expected the rounds to be like. Lucid Dream just kind of getting beaten at all facets, in all parts of the map. So far, working out pretty nicely for Boot. Good shot, though, from Shy. And he'll follow up with another one onto Splash, but they don't expect Bulbasaur from the same angle.
Lord.
One will go down in the smoke. No one can deny it for Boot. Still, it's a 2v1.
1v2 and ace, yeah, to win the round. Shy on for a 3k so far. He's going to sneak his way into Bank. See if Moxie is ready for that. Doesn't look like it. Looks like Moxie's about to get caught out. Indeed he does. That's a 4th headshot for Shy. One more, Jordan. Impression doesn't have a smoke either.
And Impression's got no idea where he's coming from either. Tapping the bomb. If he sticks this, he might actually get it based on the angle that he's holding it. Oh, he's going to get it. That's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. And that adds insult to injury as well. Impression clutches it out 1v1. Boot will go up 4-2. An expensive round for them, admittedly, but the fact that they were able to save 4 guns through in the previous...
Leaf's just bored as well, without looking at the rest of his team's money. That's unfortunate.
Lucid Dream in a nutshell. Buy into every round. Mac attack. Splashy's got the AWP out as well for the first time in this map. No aggression from him just yet. Bulbasaur, though, is caught off in bathrooms. Had no backup from anybody. That's a free kill for Lucid Dream. Perhaps just a little overconfident there.
Don't know if he even expected them to be on a buy there. But they are. Splashky's finally on the AWP. It's going to be AWPing up long A and into bathrooms from map. Maybe fall back to the green box. As all of Lucid Dream do work up towards A. That's going to be the bomb site they're hitting. It's on Splashky and Tommy, I believe.
Well, now Splashky knows where Zendy is.
Too many E's in the names.
He's in a pretty tough spot, needs to hit good shots, and does get that first one onto Wonderfly, but he loses Tommy. Also goes down to Just Cause. That's the A side opened up. Too much given up by Bulbasaur there. Allowed the progression from Lucid Dream up close, and just not able to hold on with the numbers advantage that Lucid did have there. So Boot, well, it looked like they were going to get the CT side going, but now we still have to keep waiting.
Yeah, the way they're losing rounds feels like Lucid's catching them off a little bit here and there. Can Boot buy into the next one? Impression's got 6k. Now he's the one who's cashed up, Jordan. Oh, how the turns have tabled. Yeah, probably not a buy, is it? You drop 2. And then one of them could buy an SMG, so I don't know.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised to see them buy.
Yeah.
Just means they won't have too much utility.
Yep.
There it is. Well, I say two. Well, yeah, okay. Splashy's gone for the CZ, so... Yeah, they do have a pretty decent amount of utility. No warp. But aside from that, it's about as good as it's going to get.
Lucid upgraded to M4s as well last round, which is pretty big. Leaf's going to flash him out short B.
Ooh, Moxie gets punished so
returned,
hard. Trying to be cheeky, but Lucid Dream well aware of it. No antics here, thank you very much. T-side's not looking too bad from Lucid. How many do they need, though?
I like to be ahead on T, to be honest. So probably like an 8-7, personally. I feel like there's so many ways that the T side can come away with a cheeky round to the point where you can't guarantee a comeback on your CT side, you know what I mean? They do find the weakness point of Boot, which is Splashky with the CZ. Taking that long A control is really going to signal to Boot that they might not be interested in this B bomb side, but that's not actually the case.
Yeah, you can actually start to see Boot rotating off a little bit. Bulbasaur will get one to fly. That's not going to allay the suspicions of Boot, though. There's a Molotov down to keep Just Cause at bay, but the B bomb site is really more or less opened up with that kill onto Tommy, who hasn't shown up just yet. Impression, though, denies the bomb plant. 10 seconds left. They might not be able to get the bomb down here, especially if Just Cause does get dropped, but he's managed to collect the bomb. The smoke keeping him safe. For a moment there, it was dangerous for Lucid, but straight back in their favor. Once again, Moxie creeping up. Eventually, Boot have to go for one of these. They can't just keep saving. Sendi's going to be a free kill, but even still, like, that just swings it back to even numbers, and it's still favorable for Lucid Dream here. Pop Flash goes down into Monster. Bulbasaur takes the peek into short. There'll be a kill for him there, and now he just needs to hold off Monster, but he can't. And now Moxie doesn't have the time to defuse the bomb. He's going to touch it. Doesn't matter anyway. The round's going to go the way of Lucid Dream. Good work from Moxie and Bulbasaur to get it that close, but close enough is not good enough. Not for a round win.
Shy's having a pretty monstrous game so far.
Yep.
Save out from Boot. It's been pretty good T-side so far from Lucid. They lost Pistol, but they've got 4 on the board already. It's pretty impressive. Potentially about to make it 5. They even lost against a Force Buy, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's really impressive.
Lost comprehensively to a Force Buy.
It's essentially giving Boot the money to buy for a couple of rounds in a row.
And they did, but they still lost.
Yep.
All right, Boot. What's going on?
They don't have money for AWP again. Woeful.
Had the AWP 1 round in this entire half.
And
so
didn't
far.
they just hit the other bomb site or something and he didn't? Oh no, he was at
He got
A.
1 at long.
He got pinched at A, right?
But yeah, there was 2 on long. There was a couple coming through bathrooms.
Oh, they're gonna save for AWP here. Cool. I support this decision. Based on Elfish Guy's happiness levels. As the #1 Splashkey fanboy.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, come on. #1. Moxie with the CZ will be doing a bit of damage there, but realistically it's not too concerning for Lucid Dream at this point. Easily cleaning the round up 6-4. This round, however, for Boot Dreamscape, did have that double eco, so AWP comes out. Full bar is going to come through for Boot. This is the round that they need to win. You don't want to be throwing any of those sort of silly pushes anywhere or giving away a free kill. Bulbasaur can't get caught out in bathrooms on his own early in the round.
Yeah.
You need to have someone there with him.
Where's Splashkey going with the AWP? Looks like he's just gonna play passively in toilets.
Some utility damage done early for Boot.
Still have plenty of util on their belts. Nice chip damage there and short. Lucid's been pretty good at about taking this short B control off of them, as well as working long. They don't comprehensively take all areas of the map, but they take like 1 on each side of the map, and then they kind of abuse rotations by threatening to push that area, even if they don't have toilet or whatever. And it doesn't seem like Boot actually recognizes that. Like, for example, right, when Lucid went long A and they caught Splashkey, Boot fell back to site, but if Boot just sticks in toilets there, they could like do much better of a job. It's actually quite hard to hold the A bomb site from the bomb site itself if the other team's good at executing on you. But if you're holding up in brackets in the bathrooms and stuff like that, it can work a lot better.
Definitely, but B-bomb site is where the attack is going to come for Lucid this time. Some counter utility out from Boot, and Lucid actually rotating across. So it's a fake onto B. Bulbasaur will spot the info early, so this will allow a quick rotation. And he's also been able to find a kill. Splashkey drops, Bulbasaur down as well. Splashkey really needed to get more there, but Moxie's already up into the site. Is Lucid aware of it? They are. Just Cause gets him. Seemed like Boot had the read, but Lucid are just hitting their shots.
It's well-timed utility dropped at B, but Bulbasaur gets 1 there, but that's about it. And then Splashkey can't get anything to trade off, even though Lucid's kind of running up bathrooms through a smoke as well. One of those rounds that probably could have gone either way, but I don't know.
Probably needed to go the way of Boot if they were going to post a decent score on this first half on the CT side. Oh, that's a bit rude.
It's fine, Jordan. We can have a picnic next round. It'll respawn.
Look at the money for Lucid Dream right now.
Yep.
Boot again could force by her, but AWP won't happen. Overpass will not glass cannon AWP.
Time to have a chat.
Overpass
is the only one who's doing anything.
Technical pause for Boot. They need it. Not sure what's going on. Splashky's not hitting shots.
They don't really look like they're trying to win, Jordan.
Yeah.
They kind of just look like this is a scrim and it's like the third scrim of the night. And they're like, yeah, we'll just play.
Maybe they've come into it a bit overconfident. Lucid was a bit of a walkover for Boot in the round 1 of the upper bracket.
Didn't play Overpass though, did they?
They didn't.
And it's not really like Lucid is doing anything crazy in depth. In fact, it's quite the opposite. They're keeping things very simple.
I just feel like Boot's being out-aimed.
Yep. Definitely. Without a doubt.
Like, even that fake on B did draw a rotate, but very, very quickly, Boot rotated back up to the A side off the information.
Yeah, the rotation wasn't even part of that round.
No.
They dropped the util. They weren't even threatened by that. You could tell.
Yeah.
But
It was
both
just
like
Splashky didn't
Bobo's
get a
only
kill.
able to get one, and then they get two for none.
Yeah, I think Bobo getting one's like, okay, fine. He's getting rushed through a smoke. But Splashky should get one at least with the AWP.
If not two.
Maybe he felt pressured from long, so he rushed the shot. I don't know. But there was no one long.
You need to be able to control your like angles and stuff like that, though.
Mm.
The whole point of Overpass is that you shouldn't be threatened by long until you know for sure that they're there. And it's quite easy to gather that info, isn't it? You just jump spot.
He just peeks it.
Yeah.
But no AWP in this round for Boot. Not much of anything in this round. They have decided to force, though.
And here's the thing, right? This is why I don't feel like they're trying to win, right? They have rifles and not much util. Should they not be playing aggressively here and just trying to take a duel pretty early and get themselves an advantage? Like, if this boils down into late round and Lucid throws another exit at them, which they're not going to, they're just going to contact out A, is it going to work for them? And this isn't even working for them, you know?
Oh, Bobasaur hiding behind the smoke, but Zendi does spot him out.
They had no util to stop this.
Yeah, they haven't been able to hold on to the side at all. I think Boot need to do something different. They need to hold bathrooms, they need to hold
They
long.
need to hold bathrooms, exactly. They're not holding bathrooms. They're falling back onto the A-bomb side every time that they're pressured.
Yeah.
And those are not favorable duels to be taking.
It's not even like it's like super late round either.
No.
So Lucid's not feeling like they're under pressure based on the time.
Do you know what the solution to that is? You just put Splashky in bathroom, get him to peak party. You get him to try to punish some of these people coming up bathroom and toilet, maybe get a pick at long or something like that. Because Lucid's not even throwing that much utility or that many flashes or anything to take that area of the map. They're kind of just holding the movement keys.
Bit tough when you can't get an AWP on Splashky though.
And they haven't been in connector once. Boot. They never went connector.
Yeah, they've been very passive on this CT side. 12 rounds down now. And it's 4-8.
I mean, I was even saying earlier, maybe if Boot just play passively, they can just win because they're better. But
obviously not
very
the case.
quickly have been proved wrong. Proven wrong. And time for a beer rush.
That'll be Lucid. Straight onto the site. Tommy an impression. Cannot get anything done. That's the round over.
All 5.
Just doesn't seem to get any easier for Boot.
They need to use their utility more proactively. They need to... It feels like they just don't have a good understanding of how to play Overpass right now. That's just what it feels like.
Could be.
So maybe that's a stroke of genius in the veto.
Well, yeah, Boot have kind of backed themselves in a corner by being forced to essentially veto Cache, which is what looks to be what they want to do. That's all they've vetoed in this entire qualifier is Cache. Final chance now for Boot to at least salvage this first half now.
There's the AWP out. Might even be worth going for a second, to be honest. Not going to, though.
Do something, though, this time, Boot, with the AWP.
Yes, Splashki has got to be going aggressive here. You can't just keep letting them take control of the map for free.
Oh,
Getting double naded. There's one up close. He takes a shot, tries to fall away. Will he be punished? The double push from long as well from the CTs.
Yeah, at least Boot Dreamscape are starting to play proactively instead of reactively.
And there's the first pick, and they fall off. Now they've got themselves an advantage. The first time they actually tried to be assertive and take initiative.
Too little, too late. Even if they get the last two here. 6 is not
That's
great.
okay. You can get pistol, they're right back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the
And
world.
Lucid is definitely that kind of a team to just randomly turn off and start getting rolled.
True. Well, here comes the attack on B once again for Lucid Dream.
They're fighting for bathroom as well. Impression's got a molly to drop. Tommy's also got a molly to drop. Beautiful. Well-timed molly.
Well-timed peek from Wannafly, though.
True.
4v4. Tommy be able to just get the one here. Don't feel like Tommy's really on point at the moment. Splashki, though, is at least able to find 2 in the round with the AWP, which gives the numbers advantage to the CT side. Not too much utility here, but Moxie with the incendiary put that one in too short.
There you go. Bobo's aiming in a straight line.
Splashki spots shy. So, finally a round win for...
Is that a 3K? First round he had all?
2.
Or second round? 2? Yeah.
And he got the wallbang onto Leaf that did the majority of his HP. So,
There you go.
pretty good stuff.
One more for Boot, and then they're a pistol away from making it competitive.
Still a lot of ifs for Boot.
I feel like they've been letting Lucid Dream win, it feels like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When do they stop that?
Well, we'll see.
This round, maybe. Great shot from Splashki. If only we would have seen that 5 rounds ago.
True.
Oh. Like Just Cause was in a position to do a bit of damage, but either didn't see him or didn't have the reflexes to take the shot. Splashki down now this time, but there are 2 players up on the A side for Boot. Looking for the trade at the moment. Slow progression up toward A. Bulbasaur is holding close to bathrooms, at least this time, so it's a different setup for Boot. They're not giving up full control. No one has any info over toward long, though. And as soon as that smoke fades, then Bulbasaur's going to feel a lot less comfortable here.
Sandy's making his way up long, so it's almost definitely going to be an A split. I'd love to see Tommy go for some info here at B. They have already pretty much 3-stacked this A bomb site. But Impression's making his way back to B because he's not 100% sure. No noise has been made by the T's. Over towards the bathroom. Tommy's still just sitting by the pillar.
Hot flash in. Moxie's okay, getting himself into the cutout. Bulbasaur playing from a similar angle. Don't know if they'll expect 2 here. Rotation is starting to come up. Bulbasaur does get a lucky one through the smoke. Impression will drop. Moxie's position is still yet unknown. Bulbasaur doing so much work, which means Moxie's position gets even stronger. Inevitably, the round timer is going to tick away here. Moxie will finish it off. 6 in the first half, Boot Dreamscape. Definitely could have been worse, could have been better. Is it enough for Lucid Dream? We will find out, I guess, in the second half. I'm kind of getting the sense that Lucid Dream is a little bit on top right now, though, of Boot.
Yeah.
But with the T side comes a little bit of an easier time, economically speaking, for Boot. You get that pistol, like you say. You can get straight back into this one. Maybe you can do exactly what Lucid Dream did to you. Get the pistol, get the first gun round, build that economy up, make sure the CT economy stays low. It's still a winnable game for Boot here.
How good's Splashki on the counter AWP there, Jordan?
Should be good.
Should be good.
Should be good.
I feel like these AWPs are going to be very important for Lucid. because every time they were having success against Frostfire, I felt like they had an AWPer who was able to pick people coming. Like, they weren't using it to get picks in middle or anything like that. They often just have the AWPer sitting on the bomb site, trying to pick people as they execute into the site and just weaken the push and slow down the push. So that's going to be a key factor for them on this map especially. But it's a little bit different on Overpass because I mean, I suppose you can just sit the AWP on A really passively, but he does have to move around a little bit, right? He can't just sit on A the whole round.
Yeah.
And I haven't really seen anyone from Lucid actually pick up the AWP and go, hey, I'm going to go get a pick this round.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
It's always
actually
been passive.
Yeah, it's always just, I'm holding a line, I'm a turret.
I always like the party peak with the AWP on CT side here, but how much we'll see of that from Lucid, yeah, like you say, I'm not so sure. But here we go into the pistol. Fairly important pistol round for Boot Dreamscape. Here comes the smoke down onto the B site, make the bomb plan a little bit easier. Make the entry into the side a little bit easier. Lucid Dream have completely given it up. Look at the position of impression right now, though.
He's going to hear all of these footsteps. He's going to know that they're flank and they're connector.
Going to be able to get a bit of damage down as well. Neither Leaf or Zendi seem to be aware of his position, even despite the fact that he was shooting at them.
Beautiful.
So, good pistol. Can't complain about that.
Looked too easy. Every single one of the Glock headshots they got that round was shooting someone in the side or the back of the head.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
It's ideal.
Too busy aim dueling with Tommy to deal with impression there. Force buy for the CT side, though. No surprises there.
I feel like Lucid hasn't been fantastic on their pistols. This is going to hinder their ability to be able to buy an AWP later on as well.
It is indeed, but maybe they don't want the AWP. Boot don't want to be dropping this round either. This is their way back into this first map.
I like to see them go towards long here.
Use those long angles with the rifles. Bit of an advantage there for them.
They've done it, Jordan.
The absolute madmen. They've done it.
They've made a good decision. First two. You're right, Tommy is having a rough one. Making $600 though will put a smile on his face. That's not going to. But hey,
right. You'll buy an
okay.
AK next round anyway.
True. Zendi last alive. CZ and armor. Going to the wrong bomb site. Probably just hold on to it, maybe. See what you can do next round.
Yeah, my favorite time in Counter-Strike. Watching one player with a pistol save for 40 seconds.
Where's the skip button?
Yeah. Fast forward, ×2. Gosh, remember fast forwarding?
You just click on the timestamp now.
Kids these days wouldn't even know what fast forward is.
They call it ×2.
Yeah. Sure. I don't know if that was meant to be funny or not.
I don't know. It's up for interpretation, isn't it? Isn't all humor and comedy up for interpretation?
Yep. Okay. The war is over.
Okay.
Let's see what Zendi can do with his saved CZ and head armor here for Lucid.
Mr. Guy, can I go now?
Nope. You're trapped.
Unfortunate. Just one flash to make it all work for Lucid. It's gonna be a B stack.
That's exactly where Boot is headed with the bomb, but this is going to do a lot of damage. Fire bad.
Tommy's about to make some mad cash.
Say that. Might just as easily get overwhelmed by the USPs, but he continues on forward. That is going to be his undoing, however. Oversaw's tagged down to 1 HP, keeps the spray on going, and he'll survive. Where's the rest of his team? Everyone's just left him out to dry.
You telling me that we weren't going out monster there?
Yeah. Well, now you are, because the bomb's there.
It's a good way to incentivize your team to get on the same page.
Mm-hmm. should still be an easy one for Boot. They've dropped a Galil and a Mac-10. Whatever. Buy the AKs here. Get a proper buy in the first gun round. Start to pull ahead of Lucid if they win here, which should be the first time for Boot in this entire map, right? Or did they win pistol? They won pistol, didn't they? They went 3-0 up.
Yeah. They won the pistol easily. They won both pistols easily. Alright, no ult for Lucid. Pop flash for A. It's going to keep Boot guessing. Although not really, because they're just rushing up short. Straight into the B-bomb site. There's a bit of a tag on Wanna Fly. They don't have any utility to stop this. They can't drop an incendiary because it doesn't exist.
A push at this time, though, from Zendy might actually do the trick. It's being sort of watched by Moxie. He'll need to flick across and doesn't quite get it. Tommy can't get the trade. Oh, no, it's fallen apart for Boot.
Zendy was ready.
Tommy's been very unreliable this game for Boot.
Oh, he's been reliable.
At least one. Consistently inconsistent.
He's been pretty consistent.
Consistently unreliable. Splashkey, Bulbasaur, impression. For Boot Dreamscape. Not even really that much damage done onto Zendy
Love
either.
the angle. I love this angle, Jordan.
You a big fan?
Yep. It's better if you look to the right, though. They don't see a little gun barrel.
Well, you know, learning everything new right now on the ESL Pro League with Pilly. Should be on the top tips thing that they did a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, and then you throw the smoke, right?
Tosh the smoke.
Tosh the smoke.
Come on.
Sorry. Just tosh the smoke.
And tosh the smoke.
I think that's going to be a pretty big indicator that they might be going B, Jordan.
Yes, it might be, but is it going to be enough? If Impression just walks out and gets opening frags, it could well be enough for Boot, actually. Bulbasaur trading onto Zendy as well. 2v2. Bomb's going down here. Splashkey able to get the kill onto Leaf. They were trying to progress up. Now it's Splashkey and Shy. They know where each other are, and Splashkey with the AK gets the headshot. That's enough for Boot. 1-0 in terms of gun rounds in the second half. Money reset for Lucid Dream. A close affair for Boot, but it's enough to put them in the lead.
Lucid just going to be on a half bite. Taking short B control is Boot while they passively spot towards A and sit in the backup connector. Make sure no funky business is going on.
No pushes from Lucid yet, but they do look like they want to in just a moment, and Moxie is going to be able to clean a few up, or perhaps not. Tommy's going to need to find the trades, and he does. That's some nice confidence boosters for Tommy, I think. Just needed a little bit to get going, and much better round out from him. 5 kills in it, an ace for him. Makes the scoreline look a little bit better. 11 up for Boots, but a buy now for Lucid Dream. And it's not a hugely pressure-filled round for either team at the moment. It's obviously going to impact things down the track, but it's not the make or break. Not yet.
So double AWP out. See where they go to, is my question. One towards B, one towards A. Leaf's going to pick towards the pipes area. Fast out long here from Boot.
Leaf would have heard him.
Yeah, Lucid are going to react to this. Surprised they don't go towards long bathroom and try to look for the pick. Wannafly just AWPing from ABC. Interesting. I love this setup, Jordan.
From the CT side?
Yeah. One at the old flower pot and one at the map.
No one at the map anymore. Leafs rotated over to deeper in the A site. Lucid moving around
going on?
They've got something. They feel like they've got some information. A call's been made. Is this a reset round? I think it might be.
Yeah. I think that same guy is timed out for them.
Yeah, it's a dead round.
Who is it?
Someone on Boot.
No, it's someone on Lucid.
Oh, who knows? That's unfortunate. things were just starting to get interesting.
Yeah.
Now we're back with a pause.
I feel like that was a bit more favourable to Lucid than it was to Boot, though.
That there was a pause.
That round was dead. Because Boot went out long A for like the first time very quickly. And they didn't see the double AWP. The double.
I would have thought that, I don't even know what the rule is, but I would have thought that after a certain amount of time in the round, then it should also still, you just have to play it out.
Yeah, but rules don't matter if all the players stop playing the Counter-Strike and go reset the round.
Yeah, true. Nice guys on Boot, I'm sure. They would be happily allowing the reset here for Lucid if they did have a player drop. Anyway.
You never want to be that guy, Jordan.
That doesn't allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at a certain point, it's like, oh, we were losing the round, our player dropped. Oh, well. I accidentally yanked out my internet cord. Can we reset the round?
I don't think I've ever done that.
Maybe you wouldn't, but you're an upstanding member of society, Pilly.
Yeah, if society is the video gaming world.
The people's champion, some might say.
I don't think anyone's ever referred to me as the people's champion, Jordan.
I just did.
I'm honoured.
The People's champion. How do you like that one?
It's a bit of a stretch. Just like you're doing right now, taking a bit of a stretch.
Stretching, yeah. Gotta keep myself limber so that I can tie my boots.
Gotta keep the esports juices flowing, right?
That's right.
What else runs through your veins? Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Running on pure esports now. Once this game's over, I'm gonna wither away.
Exactly. Well, I've still got the rest of these qualifiers to go, so we'll be okay for a little while at least. At least until tomorrow.
Gotta put you in a special tank until the next game's ready to go.
Yeah, like in Star Wars where you're floating in the tank.
Yep.
Okay, not too long of a pause. That's good. And
straight back on the double AWP.
Boot coming to this round again. It should be 9-11.
And they're not doing the same thing. They're doing a different thing. And look, the change. Leafs at long A now.
Yep.
Dirty. Dirty.
Bad. Well, I guess what else are you going to do? You've got the info. You want to win.
They're running into it, Jordan. They're going to get picked. That's a nice flash, though. Pushes Leaf off. He's going to re-pick, though. If he gets the pick here, I'm going to have to give him a slap on the wrist. Come on, Leaf. That's not nice. I told you, Jordan. Told you it was going to happen.
Splashy gets binked there as well, so a lot of HP lost. Very, very brave to peek this corner with only 10 HP.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
You get shot by the Whopper, it doesn't matter if you got 10 or 100.
Exactly, might as well be the guy with 10 HP. What is Boot Dreams going to do, though, with this positional advantage that they've gained?
I like throwing smoke grenades towards the A-bomb site and then planting the bomb.
That's a good strategy. Looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Bobasaur with one here for long.
Look at that smoke. No one's peeking from that hedge.
Not sure where that's come from. Guess it might have been impression. 1 for 1 for Moxie. Sacrifices a lot of his HP though. Boot don't have much time to get into this site. Bobasaur, the one with the majority of the hit points left, is going to have to plant the bomb. So it's the two very low guys that are going to be giving this one a crack. And what an angle for Leaf. Splashy's head just peeking up a little bit too much and he will drop. Bobasaur is going to have to do some work, but he will not be able to. And Moxie in a 1v3, you really can't back him to win this one, especially now that he's been spotted. His position not very good at all, running around in the open. He gives it up. Lucid Dream will win the round.
The reset, Jordan. The reset of the round. They went long A, they won the round.
Yep. It'll stay at 10-11, by the way, because obviously it was 9-11. There was the match medic and all that. And yeah, this is the scoreline that it should be, in case anyone was wondering.
Wouldn't want to forget that scoreline.
A lot of money still for Boot, though. Spashki hasn't taken the AWP on the T side from what we've seen so far, but he doesn't always typically take the AWP too much on T, actually. Boot do like to take the 5 rifles.
Two towards long for Lucid. Once again. See how that works out for them. Double rifle setup this time. And it's gone fairly well. Once again. Molly to stop the rush up toilet. And they will be able to return safely back to the bomb site from whence they came.
Mm-hmm.
Because he spawned in the A bomb site. That's where you buy guns.
Wanna Fly with the AWP is watching the exit from Overpass. And Impression just dies.
Face plants.
Doesn't see the AWP holding off the angle, just avoiding the flashbang. Nice work from Wanna Fly. This will be an 11th for Lucid, more likely than not. Bobasaur still alive, and he has been the one that's really done the most impact for Boot, but I can't really say anyone's been having a huge performance. Looks like Bomb will go down. Moxie's got it in his hands. Bobasaur drops, however, and now Moxie can't really do anything. He's going to be flanked from all angles. 11 apiece. Slowly starting to claw their way back into this, Lucid.
Another pause coming out. Some money starting to build up from the CT side. 2 on 2k, 1 on nothing, and 2 on 4 to 5k. Tactical timeout for Boot to discuss why are we losing.
Why are they losing? Long control's been good for Lucid. Aim battles haven't been so great for Boot in this map. I think a lot of it's coming down to that still, even the same as what we said at the first half.
It's going to be pretty hard because if there is one thing that Lucid is good at, it is changing up their CT positioning. They never stop.
Like that. Not easy to get a read on that as Boot then.
Maybe you just rush B.
I feel like it could work. It's the same kind of a concept, but on the other side of things where we said, okay, well, we just think Boot might be a little bit better if they just hold the sights and wait for Lucid to come to them. They can win those aim battles. Win that way. And it's like the same, but it's the T side variant of that. It's just like rush B, take the fights where the reactions just take over, where you're not thinking it, you're not overthinking it. It's just all going to come down to how good you are at flicking your head onto your mouse onto the other person's head. But Boot going to be kept at bay by some utility.
Is there 4 on B? Dear God, there's 4 on B. Lucid stacked 4 on B. The dry peek from Wanna Fly doesn't even get killed yet. There's a second.
Well, it was a good flash from someone on Lucid to keep those Boot players from trading out Wanna Fly. He does go down, but it's just a little bit too late. Impression might be the key here for his side. Bomb's fully committed to the A site now, so they know what's going on. The smoke goes a little bit too far. I don't know that Boot will be aware of that. Another round that Lucid just completely outread Boot.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gamble, but it's like, you know, you think they might rush B, you may as well stack at the start until you confirm that they're at least throwing util in the other part of the map. And that's just so frustrating for Boot, because they never even had a chance.
Yep.
And now they've got to play from a deficit.
A big deficit as well, considering the money for Lucid is starting to build up.
Yeah. Single save, I would say, for Boot is the way to go.
Yeah.
But after that, how many more gun rounds are you realistically going to get? Maybe 2?
Moxie might be saving for the AWP here. Got a bit more cash than everybody else, and I mean Splashkey when I say Moxie.
Too many E's.
Too many E's. It's Moxie,
Tommy.
Splashkey, Tommy, yeah.
Zendy. She.
Well, technically it's Niffy, so then there's that as well.
We've
Great
got
shot from
Zendy,
Leaf.
but whatever happened to Tendies?
I don't know. Too many questions you asked and I do not know the answer to. Whatever happened to this round for Boot? Run straight into an AWP. That's what happened.
Yeah, they just have pistols. It's okay. I mean, I hate to say it, but I feel like it's been Bobasaur occasionally Splashkey, and sometimes Moxie, and then Impression and Tommy have done very little.
Yep. Impression is very inconsistent as a fragger. You'll oftentimes see him have a game like this, and then other times he just is unstoppable. From one game to the next. Could be next map, where Impression just walks all over Lucid Dream. We'll see. This time not a 4-stack toward B, so Boot have got a bit of a better idea, or a bit of a better chance if they do go there, but I mean, what are you going to do right now as Boot when you die like that? And Moxie loses half his HP to it as well. There's nothing you can do about it. You just got to be not be there? Alright, I just won't play the game then. Fine.
He gets spammed through all one round. Oh, I guess I just quit competitive Counter-Strike's like, but you're one of the best players in the region. I don't care.
What can I do? just such individual plays right now from Boot. And Splashkey is again alive on his own against the 3. But what can he do? 44 seconds. They know pretty much where he is. Only way that Lucid do lose this is taking individual peaks, but they won't. And the first map is going to go the way of Lucid Dream. Very surprising result. Again, it's another one that Boot Dreamscape do lose here in the SEA quals, the 3rd in a row, to another tied team, no less.
Maybe it's the curse.
Could be.
We found their kryptonite.
Potentially.
Thai team's a bit too spicy for him.
Well, I think coming from Singapore, you'd probably be used to a bit of spice.
Is it the same kind of spice, though? Is it more like a powdered chili kind of spice?
I have no idea.
All right.
I'm not really much for spicy food, so I'm definitely not the right person to be asking. But anyway, regardless of that, Boot Dreamscape, I said at the start of that map that they looked a little bit flat and that it was going to take them some time to warm up into it.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
they looked a little bit flat for the entire map.
Yep, would have to agree with you. It just didn't seem like, you know, they're meant to be much better than this Lucid team. Didn't seem like it was even close. And, I mean, that's fair enough. We haven't seen that much from Boot on Overpass, I would assume. So now we're moving on to 2 maps that Boot should be quite comfortable playing. We know as well, though, that Lucid can play their Mirage. And I said already, we saw Lucid play both of the next 2 maps that are coming up in the very last series that they played.
Yeah.
And they don't really look tired or anything. In fact, they look more energized than they looked in that Frostfire series in this game, I would say.
You only got to be as good as you need to be to beat your opponent. So I guess in the last matchup, they didn't need to be that good. And maybe they're stepping up in this one now that they're up against a bigger opponent, bigger, better, and tougher.
It's kind of weird as well because especially because if the qualifier goes this way where Lucid actually do take out Boot in this series, then it's a domestic tie matchup to see who goes through to the China one.
That's
and
quite cool.
Lucid could even take that because it's always weird when you play a team that you're very familiar with.
Yeah, just like we saw MVP and Gosu in the China qualifiers did go to 2-1. Fairly close series that, even despite the fact that you would think MVP should win that every day of the week. But there we go, Lucid 1-0 and up. It's not the end of the series yet. It's not over for Boot, but if they come into train like that, if they start off on T side and, you know, Lucid double AWP, CT side of train, we could definitely see something similar, even maybe a better CT half there for Lucid in train. So I'm a little bit not concerned right now for Boot, but if this second map starts off poorly for them, then I will definitely start to get worried.
Yeah, for sure. I think Lucid definitely has the firepower to be able to beat them. It's kind of weird because sometimes they will just randomly switch on and off about how, you know, how high of an intensity they're playing at and how much focus they're bringing into it. But we did see them perform on both of these maps against Frostfire and able to take them away comfortably. Definitely CT is their more dangerous side, and the key really seems for them to be winning maps will be getting those rounds on the T side. I feel like if they have a poor T side, then the CT is going to be too much of a mountain to climb if they ever get reset.
Yeah, definitely. If all this Counter-Strike is making you excited for some Counter-Strike of your own, you can jump on ESEA and have a bit of a crack yourself. Maybe you might meet some of these players in ESEA. Play.esea.net is where you'll find all the info. You can sign up there, Pilly, if you haven't already. But regardless, guys, I think it's time for us to go to a break fairly shortly. Boot Dreamscape up against Lucid Dream. Won the way of Lucid Dream, surprisingly so. And see if Boot Dreamscape gets knocked out here in Map 2 after the break.